when the world went red. They say the moon was always steady a cold. Familiar coin hung above the noise of human nights. But that night the coin bled. People put down their phones and stood. Roofs emptied. Park benches filled with strangers who hadn't planned to meet. A child tugged her mother's sleeve. An old man in a robe lifted a hand like he could hold the sky itself. Somewhere a dog howled. All of it quieted as Earth slid between the sun and the moon. And the moon fell into a shadow that looked like the inside of a wound. At first it was science. Angles, orbits, a predictable geometry that moved like a slow metronome. But as the light thinned in the moon's face, deepened from white to bronze to the color of embers, the exactness of the mechanics became a kind of mercy, a reminder that even the brightest things are touched by darkness. And that darkness is not the end, but the shaping of a new shape. A woman in a city across the sea whispered a name she hadn't said in years. A boy on a farm in a far-off country thought about the promise he'd promised himself at 17 and felt the promise rearrange itself like a constellation. Photographers framed the copper globe above city spires. Monks traced slow prayers. Lovers held hands so tight the world outside their palms ceased to exist. For a handful of hours, the ordinary timeline of bills and feeds and alarms paused, and people looked straight up. The moon showed its vulnerability and its resilience at once. It bled into shadow, then accepted the red, not dying but transformed, wearing the sun's ghost through our atmosphere like a shawl. You could see it and remember two things at once: how small you are and how indispensable your smallness is. When the edge of light began to return, there was a sound like someone exhaling after a long-held breath. People clapped, not because they had to, but because they remembered how to be awed. The night resumed its ordinary noises, but none of the witnesses left unchanged. Somewhere, a promise unmade found a way back to the heart. Somewhere, a grudge cooled. Somewhere, a plan that had been whispered into the dark found courage to be spoken aloud. We live our lives under a steady moon until the night the world went red and taught us all to look up. Now hit that button for me. Like and subscribe to Soul Hustle for more daily great clips.